Fallout New Vegas perfect playthrough, and we're gonna get started with For the Republic Part 2. Where was For the Republic Part 1? It's a pretty legit question. I assume the game is counting Things That Go Boom and King's Gambit as For the Republic Part 1, but it's not called that. They have their own quest names. And, I guess it does count, because this is part 2. And, we've been here before to buy ammo, but now we'll finally see Colonel Moore. Enjoying a nice... Is that a sweet roll?
Good, you made it. I've been receiving reports about the savior of the NCR for a while now, and wanted to meet you myself. You've proven yourself especially capable. And right now, I can use all the capable people I can get. Crocker gets handed the fluff missions that no one else wants to do. When people need something really important done, they come to me. Usually I dispatch one or more rangers to see these things through, but I'm a little short-handed at the moment. Think you're up for a real mission?
And it's interesting that the NCR has told Crocker, negotiate a takeover of Vegas, establish diplomatic relations with the boomers, fix the problems with Freeside. Like, they just give him that. Like, that's never happening. But, with your help, a few of those things do happen. And, yes, ma'am.
Since the majority of my men are on assignment dealing with the Legion, I need someone to handle other matters that have arisen. Make no mistake, there's a battle coming, and I intend to make sure there are no loose ends when the time comes. One such loose end is a gang known as the Great Khans. Have you heard of them?
You could say we've had dealings.
Then I don't need to tell you that they can be a pain in the ass. The NCR has a rather sordid history with them, and I'm concerned that we'll find them aiding our enemies when the Legion attack comes. That is, unless we get to them first. I want you to visit them in their canyons to the far west and make sure they're in no shape to join the Legion. They're just another gang of raiders as far as I'm concerned, so deal with them appropriately. Any questions?
What if I find they're committed to joining Caesar?
Then you'll need to make sure none of them are left to do so. Any other questions?
Will I have any NCR support in this?
I can't lend you any troops, but I've already sent word to Quartermaster Barden that you're to be given full access to our hardware. You'll have to pay for what you take, however. We can't afford to give away equipment. Did you have any other questions?
I've been buying from the Quartermaster for many episodes. Someone doesn't watch the perfect playthrough. What if I can convince them to not join the Legion?
Don't fool yourself. I've dealt with enough of these gangs to know that they can't be trusted. Is there anything else?
No more questions, ma'am.
Good. I look forward to hearing of your progress. Dismissed.
And, yeah, she, is very much against negotiating with, any of the NCR's enemies, but, you know, you can just go out and, do it anyway. And she'll just accept it. She'll just be like, whatever. And, before we go over to the Great Khans, we gotta make a quick stop in Novak. We don't necessarily, I would say, have to make this stop. We gotta repair our riot shotgun, too. But I want to make this stop, because we're gonna be encountering a named legionary.
Welcome back.
And,
Sure thing. Have a look.
I haven't forgotten about the Gunrunner Arsenal challenges. And, we're gonna want the best hunting rifle possible. So we're gonna go with Paciencia. And then we're gonna play some Caravan to, win that money back. High stakes Caravan, I might add. So you know what? I actually apologized for no more Caravan in, a recent episode, and here we are, back at the Caravan table. The Caravan table is like home for me. I just feel right here. This is where I I want to be. Alright, killing me, Smalls. Yeah, this is a real high-stakes game, finally. Finally, some actual caravan is getting played. And this will be a bit of a ballsy move. Alright, I think this is a win. Alright, good.
Welcome
Wait,
back.
we're not done yet, Cliff. We got a little more of that back. Yes, as you can see, merchants' inventory is based on merchants. I've definitely mentioned this in a previous episode, but the amount that they wager on caravan is based on their merchant inventory. Bit of a weird hand here, a lot of sevens. But we'll still overcome it. This is a high stakes game as well. You bastard. We are just having a tough time here in the old caravan table. Okay, here we go. We can actually win. All right. Get a nice jack off. Been a while since we've had a quality jack off for the win. Nothing more satisfying than a good jack off.
Welcome back. Gonna
You know what? Let's see what he's got
Sure
for
thing.
sale
Have a look.
and see if we can buy any more stuff. I thought about making this episode super efficient, but I guess that's out the window. As we just have fun playing Caravan. I can't help it. I love the game. And Paciencia, the reason I don't know if I it's the best hunting rifle, and we need to be killing these named legionnaires with a hunting rifle. You could also go with the medicine stick if you prefer that. As a brush gun is also acceptable. I think this will be the last caravan go round. Interesting move from Cliff. Well, this will be a good one to end on as we go all 26s.
Welcome back.
And so there we go. We pay for Paciencia. You're actually only allowed limited caravan games with merchants. And I guess we're also doing ammo management. How heavy is this? We're definitely not going to be shooting 200 bullets. We'll do an even hundo. And we'll even put Paciencia on the wheel, as I think that its use is going to be... It's going to be a lot of Legion targets out there. But there you go. Some caravan fun was had. There's Paciencia if you want to look at it in that way. as its skin is not that different from the assault rifle. And we're not going to be mean to the Great Khans. They got a sweet armory, and they sell us tons of 12 gauge. So we're, of course, going to try and negotiate with them. And to do so, we're going to go right to the Papa Khan himself.
So the cub enters the wolf's den. What do you want, cub?
I've come to ask the Great Khans to break their alliance with Caesar's Legion.
Have you now? Well, you're a bold one, I'll give you that. But why should I do this for you?
Caesar is only using you. He doesn't actually care about the Great Khans.
Doesn't he? Caesar's representative tells a different tale. The glory of the Great Khans will be restored, and once the NCR is pushed back to California, all the land from here to the Colorado will be ours. I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The Great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for their crimes.
Interesting. Well, can you tell me about your people?
You want to hear the story of the Great Khans? It's a long one, full of honor, glory, and betrayal. We have suffered, but we will regain our glory.
Well, maybe you could give me the short version then.
In a hurry, are you? Very well, then. The Great Khans came east, out of the NCR 14 years ago. We ruled the wastes then, and called no man master. But we underestimated the families of the Strip, and they drove us back to Bitter Springs, where we remained until the NCR arrived and drove us here.
How did the three families defeat you?
They allied with Mr. House, the self-proclaimed master of New Vegas. He supported them with the resources of New Vegas. Weapons, technology, caps. They were better equipped, and we could not stand against them.
I think that's interesting, that they were in Vegas before House. Well, they ruled Vegas before House. He was always there. What happened at Bitter Springs?
When the NCR came to the Mojave, we thought they would be easy pickings. We raided their caravans, their towns, their camps. They couldn't stop us. At least that's what we thought. They tracked us to Bitter Springs and surrounded us. When our children, our sick and old, fled through a nearby pass, the NCR gunned them down.
That doesn't sound like something the NCR would order.
Oh, they claimed it was a miscommunication, but tell that to those who saw our families butchered. Tell it to the survivors who were banished here.
Well, let's talk about something else.
Typical. No reference for history in the younger generations.
I exhausted your dialogue. Who are you?
You march all the way out to Red Rock Canyon, enter my home as bold as you please, and you have no idea who I am? You've got guts, I'll give you that. Well then, let me educate you. I am the chief of the Great Khans. The Khan of Khans, if you like. This is my tribe, and these are my people.
Alright, well thank you for the introduction.
Farewell.
And let's talk to his other people. Let's see if they have anything to say yet.
I haven't seen you before. What brings you to the Great Khans?
Who are you?
Name's Regis. I'm Papa Khan's advisor and right-hand man. I'm also the chief enforcer of the tribe's laws, so watch your behavior.
Tell me about Papa Khan.
Papa is one of the best leaders the Khans have ever had. He's kept us together through all of our hardships, ever since we left California. Bitter Springs changed him, though. He started to really hate the NCR after the massacre. And sometimes, I worry that's poisoned his mind.
What did you mean about Papa's hatred poisoning his mind?
Nothing. Forget about it. I shouldn't be talking about this with an outsider.
And tell me about Bitter Springs.
I really don't like to talk about it. Let's just say it was a tragedy, and the NCR is to blame. And we'll leave it at that.
And what's your opinion of the NCR?
That's a complicated question. They've done horrible things to our people, to be sure, and I've gladly killed many of their soldiers in battle. but I can't bring myself to hate them the way Papa does. Things would damn sure be better for us if they were in charge than Caesar.
So if you were in charge of the tribe, you'd fight with the NCR against Caesar if asked?
I suppose if asked, I would. But that's a moot point, because Papa's in charge now, and he's not going anywhere. Until next time.
And here's Carl.
Ah, the vaunted hero of the Legion. What can I do for you?
I'm still idolized by the Legion. Who are you?
My name is Carl. Glorious Caesar has sent me as an emissary to the great Khans as a token of our alliance.
What alliance?
In exchange for great Caesar's promise of all the lands west of New Vegas, the Khans have agreed to fight alongside the Legion when the time comes.
What's your role in Caesar's Legion?
I am one of the Frumentari. It is my duty to scout the waste in Caesar's name and make contact with any tribes that might serve a useful purpose.
You might say I'm somewhere between a scout and an ambassador. I'm assigned here as part of the alliance between the Legion and the Great Khans.
What does the Legion want with the Great Khans?
Though they have been cruelly oppressed by the NCR, the Khans remain great warriors. The Legion is honored to have such allies in battle.
And what do you think of the Great Khans?
They're a tribe of fine warriors with many proud traditions and a glorious history. They will be worthy additions to the Legion.
Alright, see you later, Carl.
Yes, goodbye.
And this mirrors what they did with the White Legs and the Twist Hairs and a lot of other tribes along the way to the dam.
I heard you try to convince Papa Khan not to join with Caesar's Legion. I'd like to talk to you about that for a moment.
What is it you had in mind?
You want to convince Papa not to ally with Caesar, right? Trust me, you'll get nowhere just talking to him about it. He's fixated on restoring the glory of the great Khans, and he sees Caesar as the path to that restoration.
So what do I do?
Papa can be a stubborn man, but he's not a tyrant. He listens to his tribe, and to 4 voices in particular. Me, Jack, Diane, and Melissa. If you can convince all of us that allying with Caesar is a bad idea, you might be able to sway him.
Aren't you convinced already, if we're having this conversation?
I have my doubts about Caesar, yes, but I won't publicly go against Papa Khan based on nothing more than doubts. I've heard rumors that tribes who aligned with Caesar in the past were torn apart and reduced to slaves. Prove it, and I'll back you.
And I told you to grab that Legion slave ledger when we were in the fort. Can't miss it. And what would convince Jack and Diane to support me?
You'd have to talk to them, but those 2 have been thick as thieves since they were kids. Convince one, and the other will come around.
And what about Melissa?
Ah, Melissa. She's a bit of a dreamer. Last time she was in camp, Carl filled her head with stories of serving the Legion as a speculatore. Personally, I've never seen a woman in Legionnaire's armor, so I have my doubts.
Alright, I'll see what I can do to convince everyone.
Good. Oh, one more thing. Caesar's representative, Carl, has become fast friends with Papa. Carl's the one who has him so fixated on this alliance. You'll probably have an easier time of things if you can find a way to get him out of the picture.
How would I do that?
Carl talks prettily about the honor and nobility of the great Khans, but I suspect his actual opinion is less flattering. Maybe you could find something he wrote that expresses that opinion, or trick him into losing his cool in the longhouse right in front of Papa.
I ain't afraid of Carl, and I don't feel like wasting my time on him.
If you say so. It's
I'll
good
wait.
to have you here. What can I do for you?
Have a look at this book. It'll show you what happens to tribes that ally with Caesar's Legion.
Let me see. My God, this is even worse than I thought. Okay, you have my support. I'll tell Papa the alliance is a bad idea.
And, alright, see you. And yeah, I think most people, just because Regis suggests it, We'll go through and confront Carl and, speech check him into outing himself as a hater of the Great Khans.
Carl sends his regard.
If you think you can take me, then.
Half-decent challenge. Another kill to my name.
But yeah, most people just go and talk to Carl and, get him to do that. Or, steal his journal, show it to Papa Khan. But what I like to do is a little more fun, is Carl sends some assassins your way. And we'll see that come around to bite him. But we're going to be doing all the Great Khan stuff, not only the convincing stuff. And we're going to talk to Jerry the Punk.
Indulgent. What rhymes with indulgent?
Who's
No, that's
seemingly attempting to write poetry.
Maybe I should write something about... What do you want?
What are you doing?
Nothing really. Just trying to psych myself up to try my initiation. Again.
It sounded like you were writing poetry.
Oh, you heard that, huh? Okay, so, yeah, I was writing poetry. I know, it's not a very Great Khan-like thing to do. The followers of the Apocalypse came to our camp when I was a kid, and they brought a bunch of old books. I used to read pre-war poetry for hours.
Why isn't poetry Great Khan-like?
Have you seen this tribe? If it's not an epic drunken ballad of cracking skulls and hearing lamentations, I think it's a waste of time.
And, what's this initiation?
Everybody has to do it. Well, everybody who wants to be a Khan anyways. They toss you into the ring there and beat on you for a solid minute. If you survive, you're in.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Sure, maybe not if you're some hulking reprobate like Regis or big to the gills like Jack. I've tried 5 times and still haven't made it.
Sounds like you're not happy being a Great Khan. Maybe you'd be happier somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can find my true calling, someplace they'll appreciate my poetry. Someplace like the old Mormon fort, maybe. Do you think the followers of the Apocalypse would take me? I remember all those books they brought us when they visited our tribe.
I could ask him for you.
You'd do that? Thanks. I mean, I'd go myself, but what if they said no? The Khans wouldn't take me back, and then I'd have nobody.
And, I'd like to hear some of your poetry.
You would? Really? Okay, well then, here goes. I wrote this limerick the last time I went to Freeside. There once was a fellow called Garrett, whose sister she did love to bear it. She flashed it around all over town, so if you would screw her, beware it. I, got kicked out of the Atomic Wrangler for that one. That's it. What do you think?
Wow, that was really something.
You liked it? Wow, you're the first one who ever did.
And, can you tell me about the Great Khans?
I can tell you they're a bunch of big dumb jerks with no appreciation for art. I mean, can you believe their initiation?
And, we already heard about that. And what do you think about the Khans' alliance with Caesar?
Huh? Wait, what are you talking about? We're allied with Caesar now? Typical. Nobody tells me anything.
Alright, see you later, Jerry.
Whatever.
And, yeah, there's Jerry the Punk. You also see, look, Jessup's still alive. His crazy face adorning the thumbnail of one of my videos. But, Jerry the Punk's just minor. They don't tell him anything. We gotta talk to the big players, Jack and Diane.
You're not one of my regulars. What do you want?
I've been told you're someone I should talk to about stopping the Khan's alliance with Caesar.
Hey, it's not like I'm super attached to working with Caesar or anything. But if it'll stop his patrols from harassing my runners, I'm all for it.
Caesar isn't going to let you run drugs as an ally any more than he supports it now. He hates chems.
I haven't heard anything like that. Do you have any proof?
Not yet, but I'll find some.
Okay. Come on back when you do.
And what is it you do here?
We keep the great cons from falling apart, essentially. Jack manufactures the chems. I organize the runners and the shipments.
So you're drug dealers.
We're supplying things people want in exchange for things our tribe needs. Don't judge us.
Who do you sell to?
We make regular shipments to a lot of settlements around the Mojave. A lot of our business comes from the fiends lately. Personally, I think they're kind of creepy, but Papa likes the fact they get all hopped up on Psycho and harass the NCR patrols.
And, why don't you tell me a little about the Great Cons?
I'll spare you the history lesson. Talk to Papa Khan if you want to hear that story. Things have been rough for a while now. Even with Jack working all the time and my runners making deliveries daily, we're barely getting by. Maybe this alliance with Caesar will help, but I don't know.
Why are things so tough?
Red Rock Canyon isn't exactly the most hospitable place. There's no food, barely any water, and nothing anybody wants. We used to send patrols out to acquire supplies, but ever since Bitter Springs, there just aren't enough of us left.
And, what do you think about Caesar?
Well, it's not like I'm super attached to working with... Papa hasn't steered us wrong yet.
And you got an impressive setup here. Have you considered making more helpful chems?
Helpful? What, like bathtub stim packs? What's the point of that?
Oh, I guess we don't have the barter for that yet. You could turn a profit and help the people of the Mojave.
That's touching, but it would take away from our bottom line. I'll have to pass.
And what do you have for sale?
Jack handles the small-time purchases. You should talk to him unless you're looking for a major shipment.
Okay.
Anything else?
And I'm looking to make a few caps. Got any work for me?
You look like you could handle yourself in a fix. All right, I'll tell you what. Anders, one of my best runners, is overdue to report back. If you can find out what happened to him, I'll give you some real work.
Sure, just tell me who I'm looking for and where to start.
About 3 weeks ago, I sent Anders southeast to find a route into Arizona, to open new markets for our product. He should have been back 2 days ago, but there's been no sign of him.
Alright, I'll be back as soon as I have any news.
Thanks. Prove you're reliable on this, and I'll have more for you later.
And we actually can get the barter required for that. Salesman, we got one left. We might need to buy
Any
some.
luck finding Anders?
Not yet. Medical supplies are always scarce, and they don't kill the buyer as often. Think of the profits.
You've got a point. Selling meds to the locals could be a pretty nice side gig. All right, I'll tell Jack to give it a try.
There you go. Have you started making meds yet?
Yeah, you made a pretty good argument. We'll keep it small for now, but if it turns a profit, we might expand.
Alright, I need to get going.
Hey, look who it is bringing that good con karma around.
And I'm here to ask you to publicly oppose Papa Khan's alliance with Caesar.
Huh? Look, man, me and Diane, we don't dig on that politics stuff, savvy? We just make the product and make it get to a good home. Sure, Caesar's a drag, but as long as we've got each other, we don't care who the top dogs roll with.
Wow, that's harsh. But you won't have each other. The Legion will kill you and sell Diane into slavery as a prostitute.
Dude, what a total haul. No way that's Kopashishi. Yeah, okay. Me and Diane got your back. No sweat.
Wow, there we go. So there he just agrees to that. He doesn't need any proof. That's interesting. I'm looking to make a few caps. Got any work for me?
Diane handles most of the transactional elements of this little enterprise, but I'm always in the market for new recipes if you've got the spark.
I don't think I've ever actually gotten Jack to publicly oppose Caesar, so this truly is the perfect playthrough. We're getting unique stuff. I got some chem recipes.
Right on. What have you got?
Super stim packs. And unfortunately, this like takes time.
Grootalicious. That ought to rake in the caps. What do I owe you?
And some caps would be nice.
Here's a little tink-tink to weight your pockets.
And we're just going to go through all of the options. This survival check is one of the higher survival checks in the game.
Grootal.
Yep, we're just teaching them.
Grootal.
Yeah, we're liked by the Great Khans. This is like the boomer fame stuff.
Grootal.
Where it's not really what, And we got one more. This would be a horrible way to die.
Grootal.
And how's the medical work going?
Already on it. I whipped up a few stim packs already. But if you've got any more recipes, I'll take them.
And tell me a little about the Great Khans.
They're family, you dig? They've always looked out for us, made sure we had something to eat and a place to crash. Papa may look like a big angry bear, but he's a softy at heart. Regis is cool, scary, but cool. The rest are all pretty groovy, even little Jerry.
Who's Jerry?
The other dudes call him Jerry the Punk. That's kinda harsh, though. I think he's just a sensitive soul that needs some love. He's usually down around the proving ground if you want to say yo.
Interesting, Jack being nice. And let's see what he's got for sale. And he's got all the nice little chems that we taught him how to make.
Another satisfied customer.
And yeah, that's all the little recipes. And just for safety, I'm going to pop a save because we'll be heading down to Cottonwood Cove to check in on Anders. And I think they purposefully spawn you far away from Cottonwood Cove.
We're near a Legion slave camp now. I've been here before. Let's get one thing straight. I see any Crimson, I'm taking the shot. You don't like that, you're on your own.
As long as you don't mind me joining the fun.
I don't think I'd hold it against you.
Yeah, you know, the Khans don't seem to mind Baboon rocking first recon gear.
Morning. Please, help me.
Who did this to you?
Legion caught me. Said this was the penalty for drug runners. Please, let me down.
You're smuggling drugs?
Please, for the love of God,
This guy doesn't want to answer any questions. Are you Anders? Understandably. Jack and Diane sent me to look for you.
Thank God. Let me down, please.
Alright, I'll let you down.
Thanks for getting me down from that cross. I owe you one.
And will you answer our questions now? Who did this to you?
A Legion patrol caught me trying to cross the river. When they found the, package I was carrying, they strung me up there.
You're smuggling drugs?
Well, not exactly. More like trying to expand our markets. I heard there was a lot of untapped territory down south. but the Legion caught me.
And you're Anders? We're saying the same thing again.
They did? Probably mostly Jack's idea. He always was the soft touch. Thanks. You've saved my life and done the Great Khans a huge favor. I'll be heading back to Red Rock Canyon now. Maybe we'll see each other there.
Alright, good luck.
Thanks. See you around.
And now we can head back. And we'll see if we get ambushed again. So I purposefully didn't fast travel to the drug lab. Boone, are you okay?
You don't give up, do you?
Not really, no. Let's do this.
Away, Kaiser!
You can't just send recruits at me, Carl. I ain't worried about you, Carl. Try and try, but I just ain't worried about you. Abba Daba Honeymoon has the distinction of being my least favorite song on the Fallout New Vegas playlist, Spotify playlist that I have made. I hate that song. Skip every time. I should just take it off the playlist, but the completionist in me can't.
Anders told me what happened. We owe you one for rescuing him. Tell you what, I can give you caps as a thank you or a special recipe Jack cooked up.
I'll take the recipe, thank you.
Here you go. Enjoy it. With Anders out of commission for so long, we're short-handed on runners, and some backlogs have piled up. We've got an associate in the Crimson Caravan Trading Company who distributes for us and out of Vegas. He's been after us for a new shipment.
Sure, I'll do it.
Great. Here's the package. Your contact is Don Hostetler at the Crimson Caravan. Come back and see me when you're done.
And, yeah, that turbo recipe is, nice if you're not a fan of, Implant GRX as a perk. I, of course, love the Implant GRX perk. I think it's probably the second best perk in the game, but you can always make turbo too. It's just like, I just feel like it's just a huge pain in the ass. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see if we could buy a little water. We're running low.
Hey there. You look.
We can. Alright, see you later, Blake.
Did you know
Thanks
the
for the
strip's
water.
all stirred up lately?
Ringo's still living the good life.
Hey there, friend.
And, I thought he might have a comment about completing Honest Hearts, but he doesn't. And here's Don Hostetler.
Hello there. Welcome to the Crimson Caravan Company. How can I help you today?
Who are you?
The name's Hostetler. Don Hostetler. Can I help you with something?
Who are you?
I already told you I'm Don Hostetler.
Is there any work to be had here?
You know, hiring isn't really my department. You should talk to Miss McLafferty about work for hire.
I'm not going to ask him that again. I got a package here from your friends Jack and Diane.
Huh? Oh, right, yeah. I'll take that. You should go now, before you draw any attention.
Hostetler's selling drugs. Blake was selling us the components for drugs in a previous episode. Crimson Caravan have got some shit going on. And let's head back here. You really got to walk the wasteland here. One of my favorite lines in the non-NCR endings is when General Oliver calls you some courier walk the wasteland fuck. I'm getting got by some courier walks the wasteland. Fuck. Oliver's super underrated. I'm so biased though. I love everyone in New Vegas. You know what? We might be able to do the whole Great Cons in one episode. The problem is you got to go to Vault 3. And that might take a while. Exploring Vault 3.
Hey, seems like you've been making a lot of friends around here.
And so about the alliance with Caesar's Legion.
Don't worry, Jack and I have talked it over. We'll talk up the idea of breaking the alliance.
I like convincing them both anyway. And I finished the Crimson Caravan run.
Great. Here's your payment.
So now that Anders is back, how about that work?
Yeah, you did good finding him. Okay, if you want a little work, I think I can find you something.
What you got?
You up for something challenging? I've got a ship of Jet and Psycho that needs to be delivered to Motor Runner at Vault 3.
Piece of cake.
Don't get cocky. The fiends are twitchy. Most of them won't bother a con, but the ones outside the vault, well, they're outside for a reason. Here's the package. Good luck. Your payment will be waiting when you get back.
Alright, sounds good. And this is why we haven't gone to Vault 3 yet, despite the fact that the NCR told us to go there, kill Motor Runner, save Bryce Anders. Because we gotta... Oh, wow. Didn't know the guard dogs respawned when Violet's dead. Interesting. But, now we got to, go through this vault. And, I mean, basically the plan is to, get the drugs to Motor Runner, complete that aspect of the quest, and then kill everyone. So, I don't know how exactly helpful it is to the cons, but, you know, I don't rightly care. And this will be a good showcase of the build. See how all the fiends just blow up immediately? And we're on like the hardest difficulty. And we'll pull Paciencia out for a little test ride. Yeah, whatever. I'm such a bad shot. And this isn't exactly top tier combat. Spraying and praying with the riot shotgun is the way I go. Look how good it is. We're not even taking advantage of all the chems. Just shredding. And the reason we're going over here is because there's a named fiend in this little neon sign department type building.
All mine.
And it's Duke. And here's a fun fact about New Vegas. In the base game, there are 5 characters with very evil karma. 5. Volpez and Colta, obvious. Mortimer and Felipe, cannibals both, obvious again. Cook, another obvious one. Dudes burns people alive and rapes them. And then the fifth, very evil character is Duke. Right there. No dialogue. Hostile on first meeting. Very evil. What did he do? He must be cook level bad. And apart from Duke's very evil karma, there's really not too much in this little neon sign shop. Michelangelo doesn't ask you to come here. And the NCR doesn't ask you to deal with Duke. The only unique aspect of here is a little bit of nice Nuka-Cola and a bumper sword that's around here somewhere. And I guess a locked terminal. You know what? Let's open that terminal, even though we're. Oh, here's the bumper sword. If you're a bumper sword guy, guaranteed spawn. And even though I said this is a hurting for time episode, I just don't really care. We're already gonna... Okay, and the neon sign stuff. Accident report log. Shipping invoices. Okay, this isn't really, that really isn't any, great lore, if I'm being honest. Don't know what the... Yeah, I guess it was a neon sign place before the war. I really gathered that lore from the environment, but hey, I can't complain. It zaps neon signs. But yeah, that's one of the 5 very evil characters in New Vegas. A dialogue-less fiend in an abandoned building that you have to go out of your way to get to. But anyway, here's Vault 3, so let's get in there. And they gave you Great Khan armor to wear.
What the fuck are you doing here? You got some kind of fucking death wish, asshole?
But I don't like wearing the Great Khan armor, so I prefer to pass the speech check. I'm carrying Jet, Psycho, and other favors, and I don't deliver to the help.
If you're fucking carrying, just fucking say so. Yeah, deliver to the boss. Business as usual. Motor runners down in the maintenance wing. Straight through the door behind me, down the hall, down the stairs to the right. We have a con coming through to see the boss. Don't shoot at him.
And before we go to see Motor Runner, there's a couple things I want to do as we loot the vault. Yeah, tons of drugs around here. Tons of good loot. And tons of little locked doors. And what I want to do is do the little unmarked quests that are present here. And then we'll go talk to Motor Runner.
I need to get some more chems.
And then we will, Motor Runner's that way. And then he's that way. And then we will clean house here. So the first notable loot in Vault 3 is more unique Nuka-Cola. I claim to be a Nuka-Cola hater, but I know where all the unique Nuka-Cola is because I love it. You know why? You know what? I love it. I can't help it. I love the Nuka-Cola and the Sunset Sarsaparilla. I just love Fallout. And we got plenty of lockpick skill. I wonder why our lockpick's only 94. And oh, I can see why now, because we're not wearing our fucking combat armor. We're wearing Benny's suit. That should show you how good the build is, that we weren't even wearing our top tier armor. And we just rolled through all the fiends there super easy. That really is a classic Fallout. Ooh, Fixer's in here, wow. And we're not going to read any of the terminal lore. But lucky for me, I know, or lucky for you, really, I know the lore of this vault.
What the fuck are you looking at?
And the lore is basically that they were a control vault. And, you know, they just had like a regular vault. It all went well. Everyone was happy. And one day they elected an overseer who was like, you know what? We should start trading with the outside world, you know? Not be so isolationist and start anew in this brave new world that has such people in it. And then the fiends came and killed them all. Should have stayed in the vault. And some people don't like this this lore. Some people don't, but I actually kind of appreciate its I guess I would say necessity. It's foil to most vault lore, which is most vault lore presents the isolationism as a bad thing. Something to be avoided. And, oh, here it is. The Chinese Spec Ops Training Manual. That's what I mean. Something to be avoided and overcome. Then this vault lore just comes along and is like, yeah, they should not have opened up the door. That was a bad move. But anyway, we go down this hallway and we see a fiend exploded. And we see some traps laid. So we go ahead carefully. Go into the recreation area. And we find more traps. More mines. And here he is, the ranger gone missing, Bryce Sanders.
How the hell did you get in here? And who the hell are you?
What can you tell me about this place?
What are you looking to find out?
Tell me what an NCR ranger is doing here.
Tell me why I should tell you anything. I don't know you.
That's not a lie. Let's talk about something else. What is this place?
This was Vault 3, but I'm sure you can tell that by all the threes all over the damn place. Now it's a drug den for the goddamn fiends.
Who are the fiends?
The fiends are degenerate drug addicts who kill and rape for fun, basically. They're human garbage. Though I'm not sure about the human part.
What can you tell me about what happened here?
The fiends killed everyone living here. Now they're squatting in their home.
And the reason you can tell me is I was sent here by Colonel Shu.
Shu sent you? This was my mission.
The Colonel was concerned. You missed your check-in.
You can go back to old Shu and tell him that the mission will be completed. I just need a couple more days.
What's the holdup, if you don't mind my asking?
What's it look like? I caught one in the leg. I killed a dozen of those degenerates sneaking my way in, but one got a drop on me. I holed up here after I killed that one. They're too stupid to unlock the door, so I knew they'd figure whoever attacked had just taken off. I just need a day or two, then I'll take out Motor Runner myself. I even got his key to the maintenance wing. Situation's under control.
And, you know, I'm afraid your leg looks and smells like it's on the verge of infection. A lot of options with Anders, but I like to send him home.
God damn it. I know. Was just hoping that, are you trained as a doctor? Can you fix my leg?
I have a doctor's bag right here. It should be enough to get you on your feet.
What are you waiting for? I've got a high-value target to kill. Thanks for the assistance, Doc. Time for us to go take out Motor Runner?
And, I have a couple questions first.
Okay, what do you need?
And, do you have different dialogue about the Fiends?
The Fiends are a bunch of raider junkie fucks who have been causing a lot of trouble in the area outside of Vegas. Their leader calls himself Motor Runner, and he seems to be the only one with a brain that isn't fully burnt out on chems.
What can you tell me about Vault 3?
The inhabitants of the vault were simple traders. They made a good living for themselves for a couple weeks. Then they caught the Fiends' attention. I don't think they set up any kind of security, stupid fucks. They all got themselves killed.
And what was that mission again?
I was sent here to kill Motor Runner, the leader of the Fiends. The NCR hopes that killing Motor Runner will slow down the Fiends' raiding in the area, at least until a new leader comes around.
And I think you should head back to base to have that leg looked at.
God damn it. Fine, I'll head back. Are you saying you'll handle Motor Runner yourself?
I'll check in with you and Colonel Shu when it's done.
Here, take this. It's the key to the maintenance wing. Should make getting to Motor Runner that much easier. Good luck.
And he sneaks out successfully. As you can tell, we're back in the start. And, ooh, grenade bouquet. Yeah, let's see. We got the skill book. We talked to Anders. The only thing left to do special down here is talk to these folks. One of them's already dead.
Hey! Yeah, you! Come give us a hand!
Rick Lancer. That's a poor name if I've ever seen one. What are you doing here?
We were part of a caravan heading into New Vegas from down south. They're holding us hostage, trying to get some ransom. Anyone willing to pay for us died in the attack. Once the Fiends figured that out, we're as good as dead.
And I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, partner. I think the Fiend with the key is back in one of the bedrooms somewhere. Someone called him Daniel, if that helps.
And I need to know a little more about Vault 3.
I don't know much. Only that the people who lived in here originally were killed by the Fiends. Carter there escaped and managed to explore for a bit. He hacked a password off of the computer and found the location of some guns. He was on his way to get them when the Fiends caught him again.
And if I help you escape, will you give me the password you found?
Yeah, it's yours if you help us out of here.
And can you tell me about the Fiends?
They're a bunch of junkies that do whatever they can to get money for chems. I hear they're led by a guy calling himself Motor Runner. I think he's in one of the other wings, although I haven't seen him myself.
Alright.
Yeah, bye.
I'll help you out. And you can just unlock the door. But you know what? I will go pickpocket the key, because, you know, I like playing the game. Also, we're almost done with the terminal hacking challenge, so it doesn't look like.
Have you seen that tower on the strip all lit up?
And there is the
Prim has a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away.
here's the upstairs, just exploring everywhere. There was the room we were in earlier, and here's the overseer's room. As you can see. Wonder why Motor Runner's not in here. Oh, that's a tough dud to be removed. I came in here with such confidence, such a swagger. There you go. That actually was pretty, that was pretty efficient. We can unlock those doors ourselves. And then here you go, here's the thank you. And he basically says, like, you know, we're gonna get that committee and we're gonna get our lasting bonds with our neighbors, and they all die. Sorry, guys. Hey, the cons are not buddy-buddy with the NCR yet. I'm working on it. And another important thing is you gotta check these dressers for Vault 3 jumpsuits. We are always in need of Vault 3 jumpsuits. Vault jumpsuits in general. One for our own personal collection, and also to give to Sarah. And the lockers have the utility jumpsuit, which is the only piece of clothing that increases lockpick. So our lockpick is well beyond the required.
What the fuck are you looking at?
As well beyond the need, I should say, for a +5 from a suit. But we're gonna take it nonetheless. And tons of drugs in here, as you can imagine.
Evening.
And also, I guess you'll just have to believe me on this one. There aren't any good guns in their gun locker. So, we're just not even going to bother with them. Here's the star bottle cap, by the way, too. Told you, we're collecting everything. And, yeah, that locker just has like crappy 10mm submachine guns, and like I'm far beyond the need of 10 mil. And here it is in the final room, Daniel. So we're gonna drop a save so we can pickpocket him. Just so. Just cause. Did not want to have to redo any of that stuff. Take all his drugs. These guys can't handle their stuff, not like me. My guy is just constantly on implant GRX. But yeah, the gun lockers are down there. And the fiends are so strung out that not only can Anders sneak away.
You again.
But you just unlocked the cell door.
Take down this password. It'll get you into the Overseer's area upstairs, I think. Thanks for the help. We'll find our own way out.
And yeah, this episode's getting a little long, and so I think that what we're gonna do is finish up all the con stuff next time. And at the end of this episode, we're gonna walk in over in Friendly Vault 3, over to Motor Runner. At the very beginning, sell him the drugs, and then fight our way out of Vault 3 in a gruesome melee of blood and guts. And once that's over, we'll ally the cons and see what else we'll need to do. But that's all for this
I wasn't
episode.
expecting a resupply so soon. So
Oh, you know what? We'll end it on selling the Motor Runner, I guess. Can you tell me what happened to the residents here?
I guess it isn't a secret. Yeah, the residents of the vault are all dead. We killed them. Funny thing is, they just let us in. We didn't have to force the doors or anything.
Why'd you move the fiends into this vault?
We needed someplace to put down roots. I was having trouble keeping my people out of Westside.
What's going on in Westside?
I try to keep my people out of Westside. Apart from trying to stay on good terms with the cons to do business there. There's mean son of a bitch. That fucking mutant is more trouble to kill than to avoid. Having some place for my people to sleep reduces the chances of drifting into Westside.
We love mean son of a bitch. And you can sell him chems. But I got a package here from your friends Jack and Diane.
About goddamn time. Tell the cons that they can't keep a steady supply. We'll find someone who can.
You just said that you weren't expecting a resupply. But anyway, that's all for this episode. And I look forward to next time.